Okay, here's the deal. We gotta break into this house, and all we have to do is steal this one VHS tape.
A group of misfits are hired to burglarize a desolate house. Their mission is to retrieve a rare videotape.
Which one is it? I don't know, man.
But when they break in, they find a dead body and much more than they bargained for. In VHS.
Hi, I'm Sean.
I'm Liz.
I'm Rachel.
And if you're watching this footage, it probably means we're all dead. But even so, we should probably still talk about this found footage movie called VHS. We've all just seen it.
VHS consists of 6 found footage horror films in an anthology, and they're all combined together and directed by different directors within a small indie community. And one of those directors is Joe Swanberg, who's one of the founding fathers of the mumblecore movement.
Mumblecore movement.
And the best part of VHS is that if you don't like one of the segments, you could just wait 10 minutes and another one's gonna start up. So you have 6 choices to be entertained.
I have horror film confusion, okay? Because I saw The Possession, and that to me was a scary movie, and yet people didn't like it that much on Rotten Tomatoes, okay? But I thought it was really well done and scary. This movie, I feel like it's the opposite of those things. It's not as well done, it's not as scary, and people really like it.
Well, it's all about how you interpret the concept. Like, I saw the film and I was like, this is so ridiculous. It must be a satire of horror films.
Right.
And the premise for the film is that these hooligans get hired to steal a VHS tape from someone's house. And it's not really explored, and it's clearly a gimmick. And also, it's not really established what year we're in and why they're going to find a VHS tape.
Yeah, that's part of what I liked about it. I mean, it's all about concept versus execution. So the concept of The Possession clearly was meant to be scary. Now, whether you found it scary or not is for each individual person to decide. This movie, I don't think the point of it is to be scary. If you're searching for VHS tapes and you're watching these anthology films that are shot on digital cameras or various other devices and somehow wind up on VHS, I don't really take it seriously. So I definitely think that it's satirizing the found footage genre, which is pretty tired, to be honest.
Yeah, but so is satirizing horror films at this point. Like, making fun...
Not this subgenre.
Making fun of a horror film has been done so many times that
Especially
making fun of a horror film, I'm just like, oh.
We've had, like, Scream and that awful movie
Cabin in the Woods, one of the best movies of the year.
Terrible film. This is the first one that I've seen has satirized particularly found footage films.
I guess so, but I still feel like making fun of horror has been done so many times.
But I do think we could say generally the quality varies from short to short, and there are segments that are stronger than others. And for me, the segments that were stronger than others were worth the entire viewing experience.
Here was my biggest problem. As soon as you get to the climactic moment where, like, you know, their special effects are not great and things get all flashy and flickery, the story gets lost. For instance, the sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger, I believe is the title.
Which is that was the one directed by Joe Swanberg.
Which doesn't make sense because there's sick things happening to Emily throughout her lifetime, not just when she was younger.
Well, that's true, so it's a misnomer. But the story in that I actually really liked up until the end where literally I didn't know what was happening. Like, I lost the plot.
The performances, for the most part, were really strong. I mean, these are filmmakers coming from an indie world. They know how to pull great performances out of actors.
I think there's a couple standouts just from their looks. You have this one girl who plays Lily in Amateur Night, who's got
Hannah Fireman.
Hannah Fireman, who's got
giant
eyes, who stares at the camera, and she's like, "I like you.
I like you.
I like you.
I like you."
I thought she was kind of creepy.
Oh, she was great.
So
she did a wonderful job. And then there's another character, Helen Rogers.
My apartment's haunted.
It's not haunted. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
All of these actors look like real people, and that's my favorite part of the indie world and the mumblecore scene, is that you're watching a reflection of you up on the big screen.
So we've got 6 movies, 10 directors. The last segment, 103198, which is one of my favorites, is directed by a quartet.
Radio Silence.
Radio Silence.
Right.
So you got a lot of people working on this movie, and sometimes when that happens, things tend to go awry. All these guys know their genre really well. I think they're kind of in on what this whole movie is trying to do, and I thought that all of them did a nice job, even though the segments do vary, sometimes considerably in quality.
This movie was not that clear, not that scary, but I did like the acting, so for horror fans, I give it a stream it.
I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed the twist of every segment, and I also really like to support the indie world. So I'm going to say, see it.
VHS is a fun ride, and found footage horror fans will recognize its satirical elements, so I say, see it.
Well, it looks like our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a... Where's Rachel?
I don't know.
Rachel? Rachel, what are you doing? I'm hungry. Rachel!
Boobs!
All these actors look like real people, and that's my favorite part of the indie world.